Hi, my name is Stephen David. I am serving as the president of the BCM this year, and the devotional we have today is from the first chapter of First Samuel. Hannah couldn't have children, and at this time in history, it's always sad to not be able to have children, but especially at this time, it's considered a curse. So Hannah's been trying for years and years to have a child, and she's unable to. So it's here that we find her giving this prayer to God. Reading from 1 Samuel chapter 1, verse 10, it said, "In her deep anguish, Hannah prayed to the Lord, weeping bitterly. And she made a vow, saying, 'Lord Almighty, if you will only look on your servant's misery and remember me, and not forget your servant, but give her a son, then I will give him to the Lord for all the days of his life, and no razor will ever be used on his head.'" This is a big promise Hannah's making. She's sad. She's been wanting a child for all these years, and she's saying, "Lord, if you do give me a child, I'll give him to you completely." And this is a really big promise because that means Samuel's going to live in the temple. He's going to be raised by the priest, and Hannah's going to see him maybe once or twice a year. But going on to verse 20, it said, "The Lord remembered her." So it says in verse 20, "So in the course of time, Hannah became pregnant and gave birth to a son. She named him Samuel, saying, 'Because I asked the Lord for him.'" And then going on to verse 22, she said to her husband, "After the boy is weaned, I will take him and present him before the Lord, and he will live there always." So sure enough, Hannah made this promise to God, and she carries through with it. Now later on, we'll see what's the point of all this. God later on would bless Hannah with more children because she was faithful. But at this point, when she's giving this child over to the temple, she doesn't know God is going to bless her with more children later on. She is thinking this is her only child. He's going to be here with God, and after this, that's it. But Hannah, she made this promise to God not because she was thinking she'd get any blessings out of it. She did it to honor God. In the same way as Christians, we don't do anything for God because we expect him to bless us, or at least we shouldn't. We do things to God solely for the purpose of honoring him, even if nothing good for us happens in return. So, just as Hannah was willing to sacrifice her child to God, to give him to God completely, not expecting anything in return, we as Christians should also be the same way. We should serve God to honor him, not because we have blessings in return. Thank you.